Hi, my name is Latinia Brooks. My topic is Unearthing the Rock, and I will evaluate a famous speech, The Plymouth Rock by Malcolm X. Imagine living during the times of the civil rights movement, a time where desegregation was being challenged in the South and lynching was taking place. Could you have lived during these times? What place would you have taken? Would you have fought for your freedom? According to Jennifer Rosenberg, the first lunch counter sit-in took place in Greensboro, North Carolina. Blacks had to fight for their desegregation in schools and in public places and employment. They fought by way of marches, sit-ins, nonviolent protests. Today I will give an overview of Malcolm X's life, evaluate his speech, and analyze the audience, and evaluate the impact it had upon my speaking techniques. Let's start by looking at Malcolm X's life. He was born on May 19, 1925 in Omaha, Nebraska. Born as Malcolm Little. He was a brilliant student and graduated at the top of his class in junior high, but eventually dropped out of school after one of his favorite teachers told him that his dream of becoming a lawyer was, and I quote, no realistic goal for a nigger, end quote. After being incarcerated for a robbery, sentenced to 10 years, he became a devoted follower of Elijah Muhammad, the leader of the Nation of Islam. By the time he was paroled in 1952, he had dropped his last name Little, which he considered to be a slave name, and adopted his new tribal name, X. That's why we call him Malcolm X. He gave a speech called Plymouth Rock, where we got the quote, "We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us." According to his speech, blacks were brought here against their will, to be slaves for the American people, not to be citizens or have the same rights as the Americans. Blacks had to fight for their freedom by any means necessary. Malcolm X stated that blacks didn't get this far in our country by sitting around and singing, "We shall overcome. We shall overcome." Let's look at his public speaking techniques now. He stood before his audience, confident and calm. His voice was even and relaxed. He spoke in a normal pace. He was professionally dressed. He maintained good eye contact. He used humor. He used hand gestures when he wanted to point out something that was of relevance. The audience was a mixed crowd, and they seemed very interested in what he had to say. And they were pretty moved by his speech, Plymouth Rock. The impact that it had on my speaking techniques was to maintain eye contact with my audience, engage my audience, be confident in what I have to say. This concludes my speech. Thank you. Bye.